Alright, welcome back to another Kuma Style review. I'm TJ Duckett, and what we've got here today is the Bandai Tamashii Super Robot Chogokin, one of their web exclusives, as you can tell from the cardboard box that it comes in. This one's Black Might Gaine. He basically appeared in one episode of the Brave Express Might Gaine series, and it was just awesome. In fact, I think there's a video of YouTube online at least of the combination and stuff, and it's pretty damn impressive. It's, you know, an evil version of Might Gaine. But anyway, going ahead and taking a look at the box here. Just standard cardboard with the name, so you know exactly what you're gonna get. And opening up the cardboard, you can see here that the box is actually just like Might Gaine's. Got the kanji writing on the side, a picture of Might Gaine with some filters, you know, that kind of thing. Alright, as well as the embossed style picture on top, black and white. Black Might Gaine. Same picture on the bottom, except colored. Alright, they use the side as kind of the bottom of the box with the barcode and everything. This side, whoops, has a more natural picture of the toy. And on the back, we have a couple of pictures of them. Alright, so looking over here, we'll actually zoom in a bit. One of his optional hands to do the more Might Gaine style salute. A picture of him with his sword, which is the one weapon that he actually comes with. As well as a picture of him and Might Gaine back to back. These are the same mold even, and just like the cartoons, there are a lot of similarities between them, but you know, quite a few differences, even besides color, and we'll get into that. But yeah, that's the box, and let's go ahead and take a look at the toy itself. Alright, and taking a look at the figure itself, you'll see that it's dead on to the anime. Brave is definitely one to where the beauty is in its simplicity. It wasn't, even, I would say, you know, King of Braves, Gal Gayar, is not overly detailed in things like that. But it's a lot more so than the Brave Express series, by far. And these, you know, there's not a lot of that fine detailing, whether it be in the toys, whether it be in the anime itself. And it's something I love about it, because the toys, the cartoon, they just look so smooth. You will see that if you look at the link that I provide, the face is very on. Very on. I don't really know how they could have avoided it, especially in a head sculpt that was this small. It almost looks like he has a mouth that's kind of doing a smile, when in fact that's just a crease in his mask. It's not meant to be a mouth at all. And it is actually very accurate to the cartoon, but at the same time the cartoon doesn't really look like that. I think it's because there's a little bit more of a, I don't know what to call it, but a bevel between the layers of the mask to give it a lot more definition as a piece of the mask rather than, you know, like a closed mouth. So that's kind of funny, but it's not something that's hard to look past. Outside of that, you will see that the colors that they chose, like the shades of gray, you know, black is black, but the more glossy, shiny style black, as well as the tones of gold that they use are very on. Going ahead and looking around the figure on each side. And before I go back to the front, I do want to go ahead and, just like Might Gaine himself, he does have the movable booster pack. Put that up or down, depending on how you have him posed and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. Alright, now, looking at the posability of the figure itself here, the neck is on a ball joint of its own where it meets the chest, as well as a head being on the ball joint of the neck itself. So you have a lot of movement between that head and neck area, which is awesome. Alright? The shoulder pads are movable, but the shoulders themselves are completely on ball joints there too. And you have the ability to, move the whole ball joint assembly back and forth, in and out some, so you can get a more cohesive look, however you have the shoulders and shoulder pads moved. Now looking at the bicep swivel. Definitely has a double jointed elbow here. And I like how they hid the second joint. It's actually right there. So when you put it in, there you go. It gives it a very natural look, even when the arm's extended down. Now, for his ab crunch, he definitely has it. But this area right here, this gold part, let me focus a bit more actually. It actually pulls up, as you can see there. See how he's got that gap now? So you can get an even further ab crunch. It's pretty cool. Alright, and he definitely does have swivel there. Alright, in his waist. His legs definitely have those meaty die-cast swivel. Okay, not ball joints, but full range here. Very nice assembly. Okay. As you can see there, the skirt pads on each side, both front and sides, not the back, are movable. Alright. He has thigh swivel. No swivel below that, no swivel at the knee or anything. He does have the double jointed knees as well. Alright. And his leg assembly is just plain cool, or his foot assembly actually. He does have rocking ankles. But I love that this piece, just like on my Gaine itself, moves up and down to keep that look, while you're moving it. It's one of those things that I didn't really like about the Super Robot Chogokin Gurren Lagann. The fact that the knee pads didn't, move to keep them cohesive and stuff. This definitely alleviates that. But since this is using the same basic mold as Might Gaine itself, I thought I would go ahead and put Might Gaine in here so they're at least side to side. Okay. Give them more of an angle so you can see them. Yeah. Let me take the light off a little bit so you can see some of Might Gaine's detail. And you can see here, from the shoulder pads to obviously, the head sculpt. Even the symbols on the middle and whatnot. There are differences in the mold, like I said, just like on the cartoon itself. So, pretty cool stuff. Alright? Get Might Gaine out of there. But yeah, give you guys one more look at Black Might Gaine here. Or the Devil Express, whatever you want to call him. And alright, now we'll go ahead and look at his accessories. Alright, so when it comes to the accessories, this is a figure that I love, because anybody who's watched my reviews knows that I'm just not somebody who enjoys 1,000,001 accessories, because let's face it, when you put any toy on your shelf, you're only going to have one or maybe two tops, especially when they're hand accessories and things like that. But going ahead and taking a look, this is his giant sword. He comes with two handles. Like the original Might Gaine toy. The longer one is for a dual-handed pose, and the shorter one is for one-handed. Okay? Like the original Might Gaine, he also comes with this clip piece, which lets him sit on a Tamashii stand. It goes ahead and clips underneath here. Alright. He comes with a variety of fists here. I actually forgot to put one on there. Alright. Two closed fists, as well as two open fists, to obviously hold his sword. He comes with a pointer finger. We looked at that when we looked at the box, so he can do that, Might Gaine salute pose. But let's go ahead and mix it up, because I like to get him into a cool pose and stuff like that. And we'll use that pointer finger a bit different. Alright. So we're going to have the pointer finger there. I want him to hold his sword. And we will obviously have him Have it in his right hand. And the sword just pegs into the handle like so. Okay. Alright. So let's mix it up a little bit. I'm actually going to bring the camera down some. Okay. We'll move the rest of these accessories out of the way. And we'll go ahead and we will clip this onto his bum. Alright. And it goes right here in this taint area, you know. I'm actually going to have to put a light on it because there's a specific area where it clips in. And do I got it? Yeah, I don't. Alright, there we go. Alright, so you can see how that looks. Okay, so what I'm using here is a Tamashii Act 5 stand, which can be sold separately. They're like $15 for 3 and a bunch of different clips and extension for all of the 3. Okay, if that didn't make sense, basically it comes with enough for 3 of each stand in any kind of, you know, variety that you want. Alright, so we've got him now on the stand here. This is a die-cast figure, so it's a little bit heavier than, let's say, the Robot Tamashii Gundam figures. Put him up there. Make it look like he's jumping. Let's head over to the side. Actually have him point out at the screen here. We'll go ahead and alright, and boom. In fact, we will bring the camera up and zoom in on that guy. Alright, and there we go. We have a pretty cool pose. He's got his sword out. He's got his finger pointing. You know, good stuff. Something I'd definitely go ahead and take a picture of. Maybe work on the legs a little bit. But yeah, definitely a highly posable figure that comes with some pretty cool accessories. I mean, he basically comes with one in the form of his sword. And, you know, I don't know if anybody else thinks this, but ever since I've seen him, even in the cartoon, I got a very Mazinger type vibe to him. And I went ahead and read up and actually asked a couple of people, and no, even though it's a pretty blatant homage to the Mazinger, there's actually no connection or anything like that. So, that's sad. And yeah, let's go ahead and get to my final thoughts. Alright, and final thoughts on the Bandai Tamashii Super Robot Chogokin Tamashii Web exclusive Black Might Gaine. Basically, you know, what you see is what you get. It's a very straightforward figure, and I love it. I loved him in the cartoon, but I really love black repaints of toys in general. My favorite color scheme is literally black, red, and gold. Even going back to, you know, Transformers and Sound Blaster. Or, you know, if you collect Beast Wars Transformers, Big Black Convoy, you know, Third Party, Mastermind Creations, Night Morpher Annihilator. Those are literally, you know, my favorite Transformers on my shelf, color-wise, because that black, red, and gold color scheme is just it to me. It is bee's knees, yeah. So, I mean, I get suggested, but I'm coming at you with a hell of a bias. I can tell you, though, as a toy, it's definitely very solid. Now, if you're not particularly a fan of Might Gaine in general, especially Black Might Gaine, or a fan of playing the price of, you know, Tamashii Web exclusives, this one isn't offering anything special enough for me to go ahead and justify just buying it over the original Might Gaine figure, because you're going to get, you know, the same things that you're getting with this figure, a couple more accessories, and the exact same, posability and general aesthetic. So if it's a mold that you want to try out, I would definitely go ahead and say, since it's $25 at most places, buy the Super Robot Chogokin Might Gaine figure. And then if you really love that figure, go ahead and buy this one too, so you can have two characters from the series, because it sucks having a one-off. But yeah, I mean, I give it a pass. I'd recommend it to anybody, but, kind of take my word for what it's worth, because I'm just in love with this color scheme and have been ever since I saw him in the cartoon itself. But anyways, hopefully you liked what you saw. Thank you for watching up until the end here. This has been another Kuma Style review. TJ Duckett. See you next time.